Hello students, I am Dr. Premlata Verma from Government Bilasa Girls PG College, Bilaspur, and today I am going to give a lecture for MSc semester 4th and in mathematics. Paper is fuzzy sets and their applications. Topic is approximate reasoning. In this lecture, we shall learn about the architecture of an expert system and some special fuzzy implications with emphasis on S implications and related theorem. So let us start the chapter approximate reasoning. First of all, we will learn about fuzzy expert systems. So what is fuzzy expert systems? An expert system is a computer-based system that emulates the reasoning process of a human expert within a specific domain of knowledge. They are primarily built for the purpose of making the experience, understanding, and problem-solving capabilities of the expert. In addition, they may be designed for various specific activities such as consulting, diagnosis, learning, decision support, design, planning, research, remote sensing, robot control, and many more. A typical architecture of an expert system will be shown by the next slide through block diagram, and the role of each of the units will be sent to you students with the help of PDF. So हिंदी में यदि हम कहें तो फजी एक्सपर्ट सिस्टम क्या है? तो फजी एक्सपर्ट सिस्टम को हम विशेषज्ञ तंत्र भी कहते हैं, और एक्सपर्ट सिस्टम उस कंप्यूटर सिस्टम या सॉफ्टवेयर को कहते हैं जो किसी विशेषज्ञ मानव के निर्णय लेने की क्षमता जैसी क्षमता का प्रदर्शन करता है। नॉलेज बेस तथ्यों और नियमों का प्रतिनिधित्व करता है। इन्फरेंस इंजन नए तथ्यों को कम करने के लिए ज्ञात तथ्यों के नियम लागू करता है। तो इस तरीके से हम फजी एक्सपर्ट सिस्टम को समझते हैं। फजी एक्सपर्ट सिस्टम और आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस का बहुत ही नजदीकी संबंध है। मशीनों, जैसा कि हम जानते हैं कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस मशीनों द्वारा प्रदर्शित बुद्धिमत्ता को दर्शाता है। तो स्टूडेंट्स, इसका जो डिटेल है ये पीडीएफ के माध्यम से आप तक पहुंचेगा। और अब हम नेक्स्ट टॉपिक में आते हैं। ये जो है आर्किटेक्चर ऑफ एन एक्सपर्ट सिस्टम है। ये जो तीन है, ये तीनों मिलके कर्नल ऑफ फजी एक्सपर्ट सिस्टम कहलाता है। अब हम पढ़ते हैं व्हाट इज फजी implications. So before going to fuzzy implications, let us revise about classical implication. If we are given two propositions P and Q, then we know that there are following four combinations of the truth values. Either both propositions are true, yeah, one is true and the other is false, yeah, or both are false. So P implies Q. If true implies true is true, true implies false is true, false implies true is false, and false implies false is true. These things you students know very well. You have studied all these things in discrete mathematics. That means there is only false at only one place. That means false implies true is false, and in all other places we have true. So here, if we denote true by 1 and false by 0, then implication 1 1, that is true true, this is true. That means I11 is 1, I10 is 1, I01 is 0, and this is 0 0. This has been wrongly written. This is a fault. This is I00. This is equal to 1. So now let us come to fuzzy implication. What is fuzzy implication? It is an extension of the classical implication P implies Q from restricted domain 0 1. That means we had taken the truth values only 0 or 1, that is set 0 1. So in fuzzy implication, the domain is extended to the full domain closed interval 0, 1 of the truth values in the fuzzy logic. And a fuzzy implication I is a function from the Cartesian product closed interval 0, 1 cross 0, 1 to closed interval 0, 1. If A represents truth value of fuzzy proposition P and B represents truth value of fuzzy proposition Q, then IAB represents truth value of the conditional fuzzy proposition if P then Q. There are 4 ways of defining implication in classical logic. They are: first, IAB is equal to A bar or B. Here A bar represents negation of A for all A and B belonging to the set 0, 1. So this is a combination of negation and disjunction. Disjunction means OR. Second, IAB is equal to maximum X belonging to the set 0, 1 such that A and X is less than or equal to B. Third, IAB is equal to A bar or A and B. So, by law of absorption of negation. These are 3 ways. The 4th way is IAB is equal to A bar and B bar bracket closed or B. So all these 4 types of implications defined in classical sense are all equivalent to each other. From these 4 implications, that is implications defined in classical logic, we define fuzzy implications. For example, here, this first type of implication, what we write in fuzzy implication, IAB is equal to this A bar is written as CA, B will be written as it is, and this is OR. So what we will write here? Union, U under within bracket CA comma B. And this type of implication will be called S implications. Similarly here, second implication, fuzzy, in fuzzy sense, IAB is equal to maximum X belonging to closed interval 0, 1, such that here we will write I, that is norm, I, A comma X within bracket is less than or equal to B. Then third, IAB is equal to, this is, here we will write IAB, this is IAB, and we will put comma before this expression. This is CA, and outside the bracket we will write union. That means union within bracket CA comma IAB. And from this 4th implication of classical implication, we will write IAB is equal to, here we will write U within bracket I within bracket CA comma CB and bracket closed comma B. So these implications have been converted to fuzzy implications in this manner. So you can see that from first we have got IAB is equal to U CA comma B. This is called, the second is called R implication. This is supremum, and 1 is not equivalent to 2. Third, QL implication, this is called quantum logic. QL means quantum logic. IAB is equal to U CA comma IAB, and IAB is equal to union within bracket I within bracket CA comma CB bracket closed comma B bracket closed. These are the 4 ways in which fuzzy implication is defined. Now we shall learn in detail about S implications. As we have seen that S implication is defined as IAB is equal to U CA comma B. So we have written like this. This fuzzy S implication is defined as IAB is equal to U within bracket CA comma B for all A and B belonging to 0, 1. This type of implication is called S implications. Now, we are giving below 4 examples of S implications, all of which, this is all of which are based on the standard fuzzy complement. That means here CA, in place of CA, we will write standard complement. That means here we will replace CA by 1 minus A. So in all the 4 examples, we will take CA as 1 minus A and union will differ. So standard fuzzy complement and differ from one another by chosen fuzzy unions. So IAB is equal to U 1 minus A comma B. So this is S implication. We have 4 types of fuzzy union. Standard union, UAB is equal to maximum AB. Algebraic sum, UAB is equal to A plus B minus AB. Then we have bounded sum, UAB is equal to minimum 1 comma A plus B. Drastic union, UAB is equal to A when B is equal to 0, B when A is equal to 0, and 1 otherwise. These types of fuzzy union have been learned by you students in chapter 3 of fuzzy sets and their applications written by Clear and Yuan. So these are the types of fuzzy union. Now some well-known implications. These are some well-known implications. Pronunciations are very difficult, so you pronounce as you like. Cleanliness implication. This is represented by IB. Then it is Reichenbach implication, IR. This is Lucas-Sievez implication, represented by IA, and ILS, largest S implication. So what is there in cleanliness implication? This is based on standard union. So IBAB is equal to U 1 minus AB. Now this U is defined by standard union max AB. So instead of A, we will write 1 minus A and B will be written as it is. So this is equal to maximum 1 minus A, B for all A and B belonging to 0, 1. Next, union is defined by algebraic sum. UAB is equal to, first we have to sum the first 2 coordinates A and B, and then we have to subtract the product of the 2 first and second coordinates, like this. So actually we don't say coordinate, but this is A is in the first position, B is in the first position. So just to explain, I am saying that this is first coordinate, this is second coordinate. Okay, so Reichenbach implication, IRAB is equal to U 1 minus A B. Now here A and B are added first. So here 1 minus A and B will be added, 1 minus A plus B, and then we have to subtract A and the product of first and second coordinate. Here first coordinate is 1 minus A, second coordinate is B. So we will subtract 1 minus AB. This on solving, we get 1 minus A plus AB for all A and B belonging to 0, 1. Now third type of union, bounded sum. That is UAB is equal to minimum 1 comma sum of the 2 coordinates. This implication is known as the implication we will the type of S implication we will get from bounded sum is called Lucas-Sievez implication. This Lucas-Sievez implication should be learnt by heart by you students, because it is used a number of times throughout the book. So this Lucas-Sievez implication, this is most important among all the 4. So IAB is equal to, this is U 1 minus AB. So what is here? Minimum, this 1 will be written as it is, and A plus B. Here instead of A, we are having 1 minus A. So this is 1 minus A plus B for all A and B belonging to 0, 1. Then drastic union. From drastic union, we obtain largest S implication ILS. So ILS is equal to U1 minus A, B. Here we see that when B is 0, we get first coordinate. When A is 0, we get second coordinate. And otherwise, in other cases, we get 1. So similar is the case here. If B is equal to 0, then the first coordinate is 1 minus A. Then if if the first coordinate is 0, we will get B and 1 otherwise. This can be again written as, we are writing this second line first. So B and 1 minus A is equal to 0 means A is equal to 1. Then the first line 1 minus A, B is equal to 0 and 1 otherwise. So these are the 4 types of S implication, students, and you must learn by heart this Lucas-Series implication because it is used a number of times in fuzzy logic chapter also. You will find Lucas-Series implication. Now we come to a theorem 11.1. This is a very preliminary theorem, but this theorem is asked often. It is very often asked in the examination. So you must prepare this theorem. The theorem is prove that the S implication based on the same fuzzy complement are ordered in the same way as the associated T norms. Or this question can be asked in other way also. What is the other way? That let U1 and U2 be T conorms such that U1AB is less than or equal to U2AB for all A and B belonging to 0, 1, and let I1 and I2 be S implications based on the same fuzzy complement C and U1, U2 respectively. Then prove that I1 AB is less than or equal to I2 AB. So if the question is asked like this, you will start with suppose. Suppose let U1, U2 be like this, and then we have to prove that I1 AB is less than or equal to I2 AB. So what is the question? We are given U1 is less than or equal to U2. Briefly speaking, U1 is less than or equal to U2, and we have to prove that I1 is less than or equal to I2 for all A and B belonging to 0, 1. So we start proving the theorem. Let U1, U2 be 2 T conorms such that U1 AB is less than or equal to U2 AB for all A and B belonging to 0, 1. This is given. And suppose I1 and I2 be S implications based on the same fuzzy complement C and U1, U2 respectively. We have to prove that I2 AB is less than or equal, I1 AB is less than or equal to I2 AB for all A and B belonging to the closed interval 0, 1. So how we will start? I1 AB. I1 AB is equal to U1 CA comma B. That is S implication. U1 CA comma B. And it is given that U1 is less than or equal to U2. So we can write this as this is less than or equal to U2 CA comma B. And this is equal to I2 AB. This is expressed as I2 AB by assumption. So therefore I1 AB is less than or equal to I2 AB. This is a very preliminary question, but when it is asked for 4 marks or 8 marks question, that then you are not supposed to give the proof just in 2 lines. You have to explain so that you can get full marks. So students, I hope that you must have understood this fuzzy expert system. what is fuzzy expert system, and today we have dealt about the types of fuzzy implications, and we have discussed in detail the S implication and its types and one theorem. In the next lecture we shall be dealing R implications, QL implications, and other theorems also. So students, this is the end of my lecture today. So hope you must have understood the theorem and the types of implications very well. All the best for your exam, and thank you very much.